All right, welcome to another edition of the BS Sessions with me and Jerry. Well, he's muted. Jerry.
I'm not muted, man. I'm just fucking sick.
All right,
Other than that, I'm doing fucking great, man. How are you?
all right. You want to do the introductions or you want me to?
Why don't you go ahead and do it, man?
All right, we got Christopher Schilling, who's been on Freeform, and we got Wayne Noon, Mr. Rat Salad Severed Angel guy there. We got everybody knows Lee. I don't need to introduce that guy.
Yeah, you
Uh,
don't.
and we got Favio A Vegas, man. I poached these two from Mr. Mooger Fooger. So so thank you, Mooger. I like poaching people, but I didn't poach you, Wayne, because you were on here before you even went on any of that other stuff. So we were part of your network. So you've been on here before a long time ago.
Unfortunately, I have, yes.
Unfortunately, you and your brother Lou Maz, man. I've been trying to get him back on.
I can't stand him either. God, he's terrible.
I've been trying to get him back on, but he's been so busy.
Oh, he's constantly busy. We're all busy. We're working on our fourth album now, so we're just constantly working on that. We're doing a podcast, and it's just one thing after the other. I have no time for anything.
Oh wait, I need to go pre-order that from Bandcamp because that album was freaking awesome.
Fucking great.
The next album's even better. So severedangel.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, you got a guitar player here in Favio, and Chris, you play guitar too, right?
Correct.
There you go. You got all musicians except me. Lee plays keyboards.
Yeah.
All right. How you doing, Lee?
I'm doing okay.
Doing okay? How you doing, Favio?
Doing great, thanks.
How you doing, Chris?
Awesome.
All right, man. Well, let's get like we do every week. We get into the BS, which like music news, sports news, and shit like that. Let's just get this out of the way. You know, the segment we have now, it's called the obligatory kiss news. For all the kiss nerds out there. So let's just get it out instead of putting it in the middle of the show like I usually do. Gene Simmons on the Kiss avatars. What I've seen will blow your mind, Jerry.
Yeah, whatever. That's all I got to say.
Fabio.
Yeah, I haven't actually taken the time to even look at it because it just sounds ridiculous to me.
Wayne.
I'm very disappointed on that concert. You know, the ending when they unveiled that that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
You know, and then to see what they look like, I'm like, you know, but I like animated stuff, so I'll give it a shot. I'll try to at least once to watch it and see what happens.
Yeah, I should say. I mean, we can all talk shit about it, but I guarantee you we'll probably all look at it and watch it when it comes out. So
on YouTube,
you know, of course, yeah. It's a very interesting thing because doesn't ABBA do the thing too?
ABBA's looked really good. Yeah. I don't like ABBA, but I just looked at it real quick on mute to see what it sounded like.
Yeah.
That's the best way to hear it is on mute.
Yeah, I hate ABBA. What do you think about the avatars that Gene said it's going to blow your mind, Lee?
Oh, first of all, anything that Kiss says about the avatars, I could care less about because it's all just a bunch of hot air. But I will say that I was able to see some of the last show online, and when the avatars came out, I thought it's interesting. I mean, I don't really like the song God Gave Rock and Roll to You too, but I thought that the avatars, even though they were kind of a little bit choppy, I thought it was interesting, and I wasn't feeling like bummed out or down like people who spent money on a ticket, because when people spend money on this stuff on like a last show, they're thinking that their band is going to be all heartfelt and say a lot of stuff about thank you and we love you. And for Kiss to come out with the avatars made a lot of fans feel bummed out because they were like, there was no emotion. And for me, I pretty much figured there might not be any emotion because since Ace and Peter weren't going to be there, and also Bruce. But the concert was fine. I am very glad I didn't pay tickets to go, but I think the avatars are kind of like maybe a movie. Like if it was a somewhat inexpensive like movie, maybe $10.
Come on, Lee.
And
It's inexpensive. Kiss ain't doing
Yeah,
anything.
well-
yeah,
inexpensive.
it could be an
Well,
expensive.
then
No,
I'm not
come
going to
on.
do it. But if it was, and
No.
it was within a few blocks walking distance, I might go once.
You're gonna have
But
to sell your kidney to get into that show, dude.
Aren't they spending like 200 million to make these
I would
things?
say
Yeah.
I probably
So they
wouldn't
have
go.
to make that money back.
You have to make that money back, Lee.
No shit, 200 million.
All
Really?
right.
I've never heard
Yeah.
that before. Wow.
I'm
Wow.
just saying.
That's nuts.
So
I
if
think
you
that
could get a free
they
ticket,
should-
you would go in.
Yeah. I think that they should spend their money more on just high priced meals, because at least they'll get healthy
High-priced
instead of
meals.
just doing stupid
Okay.
stuff like Lego log animation crap.
Yeah.
You know. All right, that's my take.
Well, it's like this has been said so many times on but Gene brought it up again. It's like, why make the avatars what your band looks like today? Why can't you go back and make them look like from 1976? You know, I think like Chris Czynszak and Aaron Camaro said on Decibel Geek, we would pay to see that. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's
It's like if there's a painter who paints someone's portrait and the guy doesn't look very good, he says, I'm not paying you a lot of money for that. You made me look exactly as I look. And then the painter says, ha ha, I already did it. Sorry.
well, they got
It's
Fat
kinda
Gene.
like that.
They got Fat Gene Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't like it that much.
They're gonna they'll slim that down about time it's finalized.
All right, man. Chris, what do you think about what Gene said about the avatars?
I'm just not real excited about what they're planning to do. The first thing that popped into my head when I saw that final show and I saw the Avatar stuff, I was just like, oh no, are we gonna have another Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, which was god awful, probably one of the worst movies ever made. It was good it was TV and not for the theaters, but I don't know. I mean, I was kind of disappointed they didn't bring Ace and Peter back for at least the final show. And what are they going to do about those two guys? And another thing that kind of troubles me a little bit too is even though Eric Carr is dead, you know, are we going to see an appearance of Eric in that kind of form? And I don't know if I don't know if I'm really into that too much.
No, they're only going to focus on the main characters. I don't think they're ever going to add any of the other ones in. Definitely Vinnie Vincent. They'll never add him in there. They'll never give him any more money.
They could add him as Venetia.
Yeah.
But I'm always going to feel. I mean, I know Peter Criss was the original drummer of Kiss. I liked him, but I think Eric Carr was probably their best drummer they ever had.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
in my opinion, too.
You got a drummer over here in Wayne over here, man. What do you think, Peter Criss or Eric Carr?
Between those two, I go Eric Carr, definitely. Peter Criss is very good at what he did for Kiss and made that era of Kiss sound very different, stood out. But Eric Carr was more of a hard rock drummer, and he fit that 80s period. I don't think he would have fit the 70s period. That was good for Ace, but for the 80s stuff, Eric Carr, one of the best, definitely.
I would like to
But
get.
I love Eric Singer too. So
Yeah,
I would like to get everybody's opinion on it, going back to like 1996 when the original guys came back. Do you think they would have brought back Peter Criss if Eric Carr would have been still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to.
The reunion of the
For a
original four,
reunion, yeah.
Mhm.
For a reunion, yeah.
they would have, because that's where the money was.
yeah.
I just thought Eric attacked the drums. He didn't just play him; he attacked them.
Yeah,
He's
it's
a
like
hard
John.
hitter.
He was like John Bonham of the '80s, right there, man.
Yeah.
You listen to it. I love Creatures of the Night. That's one I hate the Elder.
That's
though.
one of my top favorite albums from that.
Fuck
Kiss.
the Elder.
What? Fuck the
No
Elder.
no elder hate allowed. We've talked
the hell
about
outta
this
here.
before. Mark.
I always got to jump that in. Ian Wadley loves it when I do that. If he's watching, so he hates the
I'm
Elder.
sorry, I got to admit the elder is terrible.
I hated it, for the longest time, but I love it now, dude. It's a fucking brilliant record.
Oh,
dude.
it's
It really is.
insane. It's
Oh.
really, really good.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Can't stomach it.
Brilliant, man. It really is.
It's
It,
one
it,
of the
it
few
shouldn't have
albums.
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Lee.
I was just going to say it's one of the few albums where at first I thought it was all right, not great, Now I think it's not all right and not great.
See,
I agree.
It probably shouldn't have had the Kiss name on it,
see,
and it
I,
probably would have
Right.
been all right.
I have clean ears. I
Mhm.
wasn't a Kiss kid. I didn't grow up with Kiss. I got into Kiss in the 2000s. So when I hear that, I don't have any feelings towards this band, so I know it's a shit album. There you go.
Well, you are
Makes sense to me.
you are wearing a Hysteria shirt.
You
And
gotta,
I understand.
well, I can't say nothing about Hysteria because that's like the first kind of hard rockish out. That was like my childhood album I listened to for years, so I can't say nothing bad. But you do have a X album sticking out of your records there, so you get some shit for that.
Oh, you don't like it? Oh, the Def Leppard one you saw.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about
Yeah,
the
you better
band
push that
X.
sucker. You better push
Yeah,
that
push
sucker
that
back in.
back further so nobody
Yeah.
knows that you own that.
I'll put the in machine there. How about some
It looked
Great
like
White?
the group OXO.
There's
that
some
album.
rainbow right there.
I knew
All right.
exactly what that was. There you go. Stick
All
that
right.
out there.
All right, man. So I was gonna more Kiss news. Paul Stanley's son said he's not interested in doing a new version of Kiss. I got my own thing going. Any thoughts on that, guys?
I
Anyone wanna
honestly
take-
thought that he was going to take over for the new Kiss instead of his Avatar thing. I thought it was going to be his kids because if you watch the little interview that they were doing before that live show, they seemed like that something like that was going to happen. They look like they could take over Kiss. Whether it would have been good or not, I don't know, but it is what it is.
Any other
I
thoughts on
definitely say,
that?
I definitely say leave it alone. There was only one Kiss. Leave it that way.
All I know is I've heard some of Evan Stanley's solo stuff, and I don't like any of it. So if he had done Kiss, at least he might do better than his own solo stuff, but I would still be reminded that it's him doing it, so I wouldn't care.
Any thoughts on that, Fabio?
No, not much to add on that one. Sorry. I've seen Evans, back in the day on their TV show and stuff, but I've never followed up with him. I don't know anything about what Paul's son does.
You know who's really bad? Sammy Hagar's son. Don't listen to that shit. Oh my god,
Really?
dude, keep your
Good
day
advice.
job. Go work on cars, dude. Your band sucks.
Mhm.
But Chris, man, what do you think about Evan?
I think he should be like the way Wolfgang was with Ed. It just if Paul wants to go out and do some solo stuff, which I would be really interested in him because he's always been my favorite. I think it would be better for him just to be out there on stage with his dad because I'm just not real impressed with what his son's really doing right now.
I think Wolfgang's albums are great. That's just my opinion, and he's great.
Yeah, they're
live.
awesome.
Jerry, any thoughts on Evan?
I mean, yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't even know what Nick is doing. Do you? I mean, I've heard his name in years. Have you guys heard what he's doing? If he's even playing music anymore?
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
All right, now we're done with the obligatory Kiss news. Let's get to
Yeah.
like a grumpy old fucking dude who wishes he was back in the band guy. Sebastian Bach has talked about the possibility of a reunion of the classic Skid Row lineup. He said, there's no reason Skid Row can't be together. I honestly think it's a business thing at this point, but we're still all alive, and let's get this hair band back together while we still got hair. I have no problems. I play with everyone except them. That's really weird, Wayne.
I'm not a huge Skid Row fan. I do have like the first two albums, but I could care less if they got them back together. And that the new singer that they have, he seems to be fine. So they don't need
I
Sebastian
love
Bach.
that new singer. I like Sebastian solo, and I'd get two bands here.
Right.
I think it's pretty cool.
There's no need to go back to that. It's been so far gone since Sebastian Bach's been in Skid Row. It's over with now. It's past its prime there.
Fabio.
I disagree. I think that'd be great. I think if they got back together, like they would be one of the biggest rock bands in the world. I mean, they were on their way there already. If grunge hadn't kind of came in right at the time when Subhuman Race came out. I mean, that album was
That's
incredible.
a great album.
All three of those, the first three albums were so good, and they just kept getting better. And then since Sebastian left, Skid Row is basically trash to me. I do like Sebastian Bach solo stuff, but I mean, it'd be great if they got back together. And I personally like, sure, the new singer in Skid Row, can he sing well? Of course he can. He's great. I would never put a dime or support that whatsoever because as long as they're getting supported without Sebastian, they're never going to consider a reunion.
I
Not that
don't.
they're getting the kind of money they would get with him, but they're
Right.
satisfied playing their small clubs and bowling alleys or whatever without him.
I think they don't
I
give
don't
a
even want to
fuck.
support any of it.
I heard they said they don't give a fuck about the money because they
Right.
made a lot of money with publishing. They're fine financially, and they
And
just
obviously
don't want to work with them anymore.
they can't give a fuck, because if they did, they would have done it a long time ago, getting back
Right.
with Sebastian
I
Bach.
was
You
going
know,
to say
Yeah.
that.
They just hate him so much
They
that
do.
it's
Yeah.
like, get over it. Just get over it. Do it for your
Well-
fans, if not for the money. Do it for the fans.
He's like Sammy trying to get it back in Van Halen right now, and I love Sammy, but he's kind of pandering. We're gonna get back. Jerry, any thoughts on this, Sebastian?
I mean, Wayne nailed it about what he said about, it would have been done, a while back if that was the case. But now I listened to, interviews with Rachel Bolan and Dave Sabo, and it's like, that's gonna be a cold day in hell before, Sebastian Bach's gonna be welcomed back in that band. So I don't see that happening ever. I mean, sure, you can throw a bunch of money at them, but how much money is somebody actually going to throw at them to get back together? So yeah, I don't see it happening. But I think, like you said, Mark, I think they're both better off, apart. You get two cool bands, so.
They're having fun. That's all that matters to them, because they're well financially and they don't give a fuck about Sebastian. But the thing that
I
broke
mean, Sebastian Bach's got the Gilmore Girls to go back to. I mean,
Yeah, you watch that show, Jerry? You even know
my
about it?
fucking sister loved that show, and I was forced to watch it. So
Okay, you could have left the room. But
I liked it. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't.
of course you were looking at the hot chicks, right?
There ain't no fucking hot chicks in that show.
Exactly. Maybe the guest stars, but I'm just gonna say, yeah, they wouldn't have got back together with him because they hate him. He's a dick. And the thing, what broke them up, right? You know why they kicked him out of the band?
I have no idea.
He wanted to go on the Kiss reunion tour, and he was screaming at them, yelling, "It's fucking Kiss! We need to go open for fucking Kiss!" And he said, "Fuck this guy, we're done with you." So
were they offered it?
yeah, no, they were getting offered, and he said, "It's fucking Kiss, do it." I think they did go out with them, but with another singer.
Yeah, I think it's like, remember when that small YouTube video where Joey Kramer tried to go into a studio, and there were to go and play with Aerosmith, and there were a couple of bodyguards that said, "I'm sorry, but you can't come in." And then so Joey Kramer just sort of laughed, embarrassed, and said, "I understand," and left. Remember that?
Yeah, he wanted to play on that award show. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, imagine a situation where Sebastian Bach goes up there and they tell him, "I'm sorry, you can't come in," and he says, "Fuck you, I'm going in." And he tries to go in, then they have to hold on to him, and then he starts shaking them, saying, "Get the fuck away from me!" And then more people come, and finally some people have to come and just sit down on him, and he's screaming on top of his lungs.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna come down to that.
Yeah.
Like, "Listen, you haven't been in the band for 10 years. What do you do?" And they went, "I'll come back in 10 minutes. They went, "The hell you are. We're calling the cops." That's what I think might happen. But
no, I don't think that's gonna happen.
All right, I know. I wanted to say that, but I thought that was a cool idea. Anyway, but if, for instance, that did happen and he was able to manage to go past the people and do music with them, I think it would be cool. I would be interested to hear what he did with them. But if they really can't work with him, but they might be willing to have him do like maybe vocals on some kind of like email or like flash drive thing, and then add that, and then they can add their music, that could possibly work.
I'm just saying,
No.
man. I don't think they're ever gonna get back together. He needs to just shut the fuck up and do his own thing. He's doing well on his own. And I love them. I would love to hear another album with them and Sebastian Bach. You don't have to tour together. Just make an album, give us something. That'd be fucking cool. But Chris, what do you think about that?
Oh, I think it would be pretty cool, if they could do it one more time. But there's too many egos in that band. I just can't see where they could get along again. And the guy they have singing for him now, I knew he was going to be a good fit because if I remember right, he comes from a band in Europe called Heat, And
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if I think he still does stuff with Heat, and that band, that European band Heat, is really good with him singing too. So I thought Skid Row did pretty good with getting that guy, but would I want to see Sebastian again? Maybe a quick reunion would be cool. But there's just too many egos in that band, and they should have been a super group, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think grunge killed him with that last album, which was awesome. But let's get to some movie news here. Man, anybody watch the Academy Awards?
Fuck no.
Hell
Mhm.
no.
Did you
Even though
guys
they were
watch
on.
did you guys watch Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
No,
Nope.
yeah, it was terrible. It was awful.
You didn't like it? I thought it was a
Yeah.
little
Not
slow.
something I would ever want to see.
Oppenheimer looked like a fucking acid trip. And I love
It's the typical fucking best picture for an Academy Award. It sucked.
Okay, but there's another picture that what's her name? What's that girl's
Ugh.
name? Emma Stone won for
Yeah.
Things. I saw that
Mm.
movie. It's good if you like softcore porn.
Huh.
It's like fucking sex everywhere. Sex.
What's the name
But-
of the movie?
Poor Things.
Yeah, I was surprised about that because she never shows off the
And
goods, and
she's
she showed off the
naked.
goods a
No,
lot
she,
in that
she
movie.
has
Yeah.
huge nipples, man. But
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that movie was a trip. It was good. They could have cut out 90% of the sex scenes and it would have been better. But
It would have been like 10 minutes. It would have been like 10 minutes long, man.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It was pretty trippy, wasn't it? William Defoe's in there too.
Yeah, it's actually not
It was
a bad
like a
movie,
modern.
you're
It
right.
was like a modern day Frankensteinish movie.
Yeah, I don't mind the fucking porn, so bring it on.
Of course you did. You were going, Emma, come here, baby. But you guys
I
haven't
never,
seen.
I never really found her that attractive until this
Either
movie, actually.
Well,
So.
'cause
It's amazing when somebody's naked and you can see how more attractive they are. Yeah.
Did you tell your wife? Did you tell your wife to leave the room?
Oh no, she don't. She fucking knows I'm full of shit. She's like, yeah, dream on, dude. You don't have a fucking chance, loser. So she puts me in my place.
All right, I was just gonna talk. I just want to talk about Poor Things because I thought it was like a softcore porn, right, Jerry? You saw it. It was like sex.
Yeah,
weird.
it definitely. It was like an old Cinemax movie, man. It's one
Lust
from
in the Dust, man, part
Yeah.
2. But it was pretty good. Emma Stone really did a great performance besides the sex scenes. But
No, she performed well, I think,
Yeah.
in that movie.
and then we're gonna get to one more movie news. Jake Lloyd, Star Wars child actor, was in a god awful episode 1 movie. He goes, Annie. Well, that guy fucking Jar Jar Binks. He's having some mental problems right now, man. So my heart goes out to the kid. He had a psychotic break. Any thoughts on that, Jerry?
Yeah, it's sad, man. I mean, it happens to a lot of child actors, man. Seems to happen more in the males than it does the female. It does happen to some
Right.
females, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's a tragic actually what happens to these kids sometimes, man. They're just tossed away, and I don't know how that stardom, at one time at that age, can fuck with their head. I don't know. I'm not in their situation. I don't understand, but there's obviously a problem. So,
I think it
Hope
was
he gets
being in
better.
episode 1 that hurt him.
yeah.
You don't think it was Jingle All the Way?
Jingle all the way. He was in that movie?
Yeah, Turbo Man. He's
Oh.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's son.
Oh, he was Arnold Schwarzenegger's son in that movie? I don't know. No, I thought it was listening to Jar Jar
Jimmy,
Binks.
get you a turbo man. Jimmy, come on.
I thought it was Jar Jar Binks go, Annie, that drove him nuts.
I have to clean up
Yeah.
something that spilled, so I'm gonna be not on camera, but I'm still gonna be here.
Okay, man.
He
Just
must have
for-
watched the Emma Stone scenes.
Yeah, he's downloading them right now.
He's going, hey, I need something for after the show, more stimulating than what I'm on now.
I thought you were gonna bring up the Crow thing. I don't know if you guys are into the Crow.
Oh, yeah, the remake of The Crow. What do you think
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that,
yeah.
man?
I just saw the original Crow about 3 days ago.
Nice.
So I really didn't know too much about the Crow, but really, really good movie. And I wish I would have saw it earlier on. But seeing the new pictures and stuff, I didn't see the new trailer, but seeing the new pictures, it reminds me of the Joker from what was that movie? The Batman movie? Oh no, what the hell was that?
The Joker.
The Joker?
No,
With Joaquin
No,
Phoenix?
no, not the Joker movie. The Squad, something Squad.
Oh,
Suicide
Suicide
Squad.
Squad. Where he had the
Suicide
grill?
Squad. Thank you. Yes,
Where
when
he
he had the grill and all those stupid tattoos. That's what it
Yeah.
reminds me of. And I'm like, well, but they made it like modern looking. So I'll give it a shot. But
Who
I
was
hate
the new
when they-
Crow guy? Who was the new
The
lead?
dude who played
the guy who
It?
played It.
Sarsgaard.
Oh,
whatever.
okay,
Yeah.
right. Okay. Then there's a new fucking Roadhouse coming out too with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Hey, at
man.
least I don't have to pay for that. It's on Netflix. I will watch it because I'll give you guys a review on here because
All right.
the new Point Break was horrible. When
Oh,
they
God,
made
it
a
was
remake
awful.
of that,
Yeah.
that was like not even recognized that movie at all. It's like, what the fuck was that? It's like Hollywood remakes, man. But there are some good ones. I hated the Total Recall. I did like Dredd. I like Judge Dredd. I thought that was way better than the original. It was too comedic. It wasn't dark, but I think Carl Urban was fucking great Judge Dredd. I love Carl Urban. Fucking great actor, man.
What about the Wonka movie?
I like the Wonka movie.
I haven't
like
seen
that.
it yet.
It's
I'm gonna
pretty.
watch
I
It
haven't
was
seen it
pretty
either.
good. It's
Yeah.
pretty good. It's on Max
Yeah.
right now. We watch it.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
wife was even surprised how good it was. I still
Yeah.
need to watch that new Dune, the Dune movie,
It was
because
pretty
that
fucking.
I heard
It was
that was
pretty
good.
awesome. It
that
was
David
saw that-
that David
I saw
Lynch
that Tuesday.
awesome.
It was incredible.
Yeah,
that
it
David
is.
Lynch
That's what I
version
heard.
in the '80s with Sting and Kyle MacLachlan just turned me off of that whole series.
Yeah, that was pretty weak. Yeah, I remember that too.
All
Well,
right,
if you
man.
haven't even seen the first one, that one's a little bit of a slower mover, but
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna watch
sequel
it
is
on Max.
incredible.
Because I won't.
Dude,
I'll watch
it was the best video game in the Sega Genesis, though, man. I remember having that game and playing that fucking thing all the time, dude. Loved it. And there's a new Ghostbusters movie coming out next
That's
week.
right.
That looks good.
That actually looks
That's
good.
gonna be
that looks
good.
good.
The other one was good.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
look good. Yeah.
They have the original characters like they did.
Yeah.
That's why the women one didn't fail. It wasn't because they're women, because they put it in a different universe. We didn't
Mhm.
want it in a different universe.
That movie fucking sucked.
We didn't
So
want
bad.
Bill Murray
So
playing
bad.
a fucking psychologist or whatever he was in there. They were playing different roles in there. It was like, that's no, it's stupid. But let's get into something to end this BS with, man. Pac-Man just had an anniversary, man. Did you
Oh,
guys
yeah?
pump quarters on the Pac-Man?
I got him in the background there, if you can see him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're celebrating. Some lady told me that I used to work with that they used to play Pac-Man in the bars before it got big in the 80s, in the
Right.
70s. So Pac-Man was already out in the 70s?
Yeah.
It was in the bars.
It's in the bars? Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I didn't know about it till it went to the arcade, What is it, like 80, 81, 82 or something like that?
Yeah.
It's late 70s, early 80s.
Late
man.
70s, early 80s. And I hated the Atari version of it.
I was gonna say it was around with the Atari, right?
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Well, I played it in a like miniature golf course. We used to go
Alright.
in there and play video games on Saturdays. And I'd pump quarters into that until I saw Dragon's Lair, and I just lost my whole allowance on Dragon's Lair.
I think that was one. I think that was one of the first ones that was 50 cents.
It was
think.
50 cents. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, ooh, this is 50 cents. Look at the graphics on that.
Actually, the underrated one was Space Ace. I thought that one was actually better than Dragon's Lair. But
Yeah, but
that's just my
Dragon's
opinion.
Lair looks like the AI we have now. It looks
Yeah.
like the Kiss avatars.
Yeah, I'm debating on what I'm debating on whether to get the arcade one version of it. But people say it's not. It has a lot of fucking flaws and glitches on it. So I don't know if I'm going to buy it or not. So I don't know.
Yeah, so they got Dragon's Lair technology for the Kiss avatars. There you go, man. It went back to the 80s. But man, any thoughts on Pac-Man, Lee?
I liked Pac-Man. I used to watch it. In fact, just recently, just what the hell, I decided to listen to the song Pac-Man Fever, which was
God.
done by a guy who was in the group Wild Butter. And
We
and then-
reviewed an album.
Yeah, and in fact, when someone mentioned somewhere, not us, but somewhere else, someone mentioned Pac-Man Fever and how it wasn't as good as his other work, or one of the guys in the group said, "Why the hell are you talking about that?" Well, we worked our butt off on that song. He kind of got on the guy's case, and I thought, oh boy, I hope that this guy doesn't criticize us for the review we did. But no, that never happened. But that's about all I have to say about Pac-Man. I like it.
Anything about Pac-Man, Wayne?
I liked it. If I see it in like a arcade or something, or I'll go play it. I had to get my son to play it too because it's an easy game to play. Sometimes it's a pain. It's got those ghosts, cutting you down, but it's a good game.
How genius was it to make Pac-Man and put a bow on her head on his head
Yeah,
called
right.
Miss Pac-Man
Miss
and
Pac-Man.
sequel, and
Yeah.
it's like more quarters going, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Junior Pac-Man with a half pinball
Pac-Man
machine,
Jr..
half fucking arcade game. That was pretty cool, man. Yeah.
Any thoughts on Pac-Man, Fabio?
Same. I mean, I played it on the Atari, like they said, when I was a kid all the time. And I think by the time I was old enough to go into the arcades and play, it was already Miss Pac-Man, which had fun with that one too.
Yeah.
So,
Anything
good
on
stuff.
it, Chris?
I enjoyed playing it as a kid. That's about it.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the main topic. Jerry, do you still want to introduce it? Because it is your topic, man.
Yeah, we're gonna do this one against this one. Let's go. I'm just kidding.
What
No,
a dick.
we're doing the second albums from Cinderella and Def Leppard. Of course, that's High and Dry from Def Leppard and Long Cold Winter from Cinderella. I think they're a few years apart, like 7 or 8 years apart, something like that. I think High and Dry came out in 81 and Long Cold Winter came out in
88.
87? 88, all right.
88. Yeah.
I thought they're two of the greatest, in my opinion, anyway, of the '80s of second albums of bands that have come out with. And other than that, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this. I love doing these track by track battles, which is what, of course, we're going to be doing, and looking forward to getting this going and see what everybody thinks track to track.
In
All right.
fact,
What do you think
I was
about these
kinda
bands,
happy-
Fabio?
oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Well, I gotta tell you, we talked about this on the podcast. You know, I was a child of the 80s and MTV, so Cinderella was like one of my first favorite bands of all time. And Long Cold Winter was the first tour, the first concert I ever saw. So yeah, Cinderella is very dear to me. I got into Def Leppard after them because Night Songs was in '86, and then I didn't catch Def Leppard until Hysteria the following year, and really loved them as well. So yeah, I love both bands.
Yeah, Def Leppard was my gateway into harder music. So 83 Pyromania. So I was in it
Okay.
before you on that because MTV band was all over it. Wayne, I know what you think about one of the bands, but tell us what you think about these bands.
Cinderella sucks. All right. They are the poor man's Aerosmith.
Wow.
Yep. That album, it's the first time I actually sat and listened to it because I hear a lot of those songs on the radio, and it sounds like Permanent Vacation. It's just worse.
I love Permanent Vacation.
I do too, but it's just I don't like Cinderella. Def Leppard, like I said with the Hysteria shirt, it's my first hard rock metal band ever. So we know where this is going to go for me.
For you, yeah.
Yeah, it might be our first clean sweep. Huh?
Yeah.
So Lee, what do you think about Def Leppard and Cinderella?
Well, okay. I was actually very happy and surprised to do this because I thought to myself, I thought one way about one album, and then I thought it was going to go a certain way. And even though one album ultimately does win, I found that it was better than I thought it would be. So yeah, I definitely was more of a Def Leppard fan, but I first liked Cinderella and then I started to not like them, and now I'm starting to like them again.
Cool. I love both bands. Like I said, Def Leppard was my gateway to like harder rock. I wouldn't be in Metallica without, or Megadeth, or even any kind of fucking Butcher Babies or anything without Def Leppard's Pyromania. So that got me into. I really didn't. I like Metal Health. Everybody says, well, that album got me. I like the 2 songs, but I never bought the album. I was too busy listening to Def Leppard at that time. So Chris, what do you think about these bands?
Basically, I've always enjoyed both bands. I was introduced to Def Leppard first. I saw them when they were a little kid, basically really young kids. They opened for Ozzy Osbourne on the Blizzard of Oz tour in my city where I live. So I got to see them when they were really, really young. So I got
Oh,
a
wow.
quick introduction to them, and I've been a huge fan of theirs ever since.
Nice. So let's get into this battle. I'm going to start with you, Jerry, and then go in a circle. And you'll be last, Chris. So we start with track 1. Bad Seamstress Blues Falling Apart at the Seams versus Def Leppard Let It Go, Jerry.
Yeah, these are two fucking great opening tracks, in my opinion. I mean, Bad Seamstress Blues has pretty much been their opener for every show since this album came out. But man, fucking Let It Go, dude. What a great song that is, man. That song still rocks and still sounds fresh today. So I'm definitely going to take Let It Go.
Favio.
Yeah, both killer opening tracks. Let It Go, classic. It's a real burner. You got a great solo from Steve Clark in there. And I love the bridge guitar lick in that song too. But like I said, the first concert I ever saw was Long Cold Winter, Cinderella, and they came out and opened with that Bad Seamstress Blues and the Falling Apart the Seams and just tore the roof off. I love that song. I got to give it to that by a hair.
Okay, Wayne.
Yeah, I forgot to mention this too. Joe Elliott pisses me off because he insists that they were never a metal band. This is a fucking metal album
Yeah.
from beginning to end. Let It Go. That opening guitar. That's metal. It's so fucking awesome, man. It's so catchy. And it's such an awesome song. It's got a great chorus. And it's a great opening for the album. The other song from Cinderella, it's got that bluesy thing. I'm not a blues fan at all, and it does nothing for me. So I'm going Def Leppard.
Well, did you like their more metal debut album? No, I didn't.
I never even heard
version, huh?
Never heard Nobody's
one more
Fool,
question.
Somebody save me.
One question: how come Fred Curry never plays on the fucking studio albums?
Because the producers thought he sucked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bob Ezrin did that with Pink Floyd too. Remember?
So why is he in the band? What, does he just play live?
Yeah, he just played live.
I think he did Heartbreak Station. Right?
Yeah, he did.
That was it. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
And Still Climbing, I think.
Still Climbing was
Just
Mellencamp Strummers.
Oh, Kenny Aisnoff?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that dude.
Aronoff.
Aronoff. I saw him with Chickenfoot. Really good. I didn't see John. I missed John. But Lee, what are you picking between the track 1, Bad Seamstress Blues Falling Apart at the Seams, and Let It Go by Def Leppard?
Oh, well, this was very close. And I almost gave it to Cinderella, but it was back and forth for me. And I finally decided Def Leppard won this round because the solo on the Cinderella song could have been better. But that was the only deciding factor. Otherwise, there was almost a complete tie.
Yeah, I love Cinderella. I fucking love that album. I got it right there in vinyl. I love it, but those riffs on Let It Go just fucking blow this song fucking away. There ain't no way fucking this song is gonna beat Let It Go. There's just too much going on in Let It Go. You got down, and then he slows down and it brings it back up. Fuck, this song fucking rules. So I'm going Leopard on this one.
The solos and Let It Go too. The Steve Clark solos.
Yeah.
They're just so good, you know.
Yeah. Chris.
Yeah, I love both songs, but I would have to go with Let It Go. It just as soon as it starts, I mean, it just like punches you in the mouth. I mean, it just I don't know. It's just a kick-ass song. So yeah, even though I do like Cinderella, Let It Go is just a much better song.
Yeah. So then we get to that track won 5-1. Only one person picked Fabio.
It's shocking with the guy with the Cinderella shirt.
Def Leppard hat.
Def Leppard hat.
Representing both.
I didn't see the hat.
I got the records. I don't have a shirt or a hat. I just have my Dodger hat on. But we get to the track 2, Gypsy Road versus Another Hit and Run, Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, Gypsy Road was what the first single off it. You know what? I never really liked that song much. I mean, it was okay, but I think there's like 9 better songs on this album, in my opinion, than that. But then you get Another Hit and Run, man. Fucking Pete and fucking Steve solos on this just rule again, dude. So again, Another Hit and Run just blows Gypsy Road away, in my opinion, man. Easy one for me.
I actually agree with Jerry on this. I mean, it was a good single from them, Gypsy Road, but definitely not my favorite song on the album. It's kind of a middle of the road blues, pop rock, and yeah. So another hit and run. Love that song. I love the minor tone of it. Def Leppard was great at that in the early days. Um, so I got to give Def Leppard this one, another hit and run.
Nice, Wayne.
Guess what I'm gonna say.
Oh, Severed Angel.
No, that's another show. Another hit and run. That song comes on and it's punch like just like Let It Go, punches you right in the face. You know, you got the drums and the guitar coming right in, and then it mellows out, and then it gets heavy again, and it's such a really good heavy song. You know, and how can they not think this is metal? I don't know.
No idea.
Gypsy
either.
Road, I never got into it. Could never get into it.
So Lee,
Yeah. Oh, I do like Gypsy Road, but not as much as another hit and run. So this was less of a very close race. Def Leppard wins this round.
I'm just gonna say hit and run. It's like just another hidden. We got to do karaoke. Jerry can't do his karaoke tonight. We
I
always have
can't
a little
fucking even try.
karaoke. God, I love Gypsy Road has a fucking earworm chorus. My Gypsy Road can't take me home. It's got a great fucking ear candy there, but fucking hit and run just balls out. Of course, it's Def Leppard on this one. Chris.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I would have to say another hit and run. I do like Gypsy Road. I like the pace of the song. I thought it was well done. But again, you know, you're talking Def Leppard, and like I said on the first song, you know, you get down and let it go, and then bam, you get whacked in the face again with another hit and run. It's like, holy hell! I mean, these guys. I mean, they're just killer. I mean, it's just a killer song, and I wish they would still do it live today. That they don't do it very often.
No, but they did let it go when I saw them on a stadium tour. That was fucking cool.
Yeah,
But
Yep.
that just fucking killed Cinderella 6-0 on that one. Def Leppard takes that track. And then we get to track 3, which is You Don't Know What It's Gone. You know, don't know what you got till it's gone versus High and Dry, another Saturday night, Jerry.
This is actually an unfortunate matchup here because I really do like Don't Know What You Got. I really do. I think it's a great tune. But fucking High and Dry, really? I mean, that's the best song so far, I think, in my opinion, off the Def Leppard album. So, I mean, Don't Know What You Got, huge hit. It's on every fucking hair ballad album that's out there. But still don't fucking measure up to High and Dry, man. Sorry.
Fabio.
For me, High and Dry is not as good as the first two songs from Def Leppard on this album. It is a good, you know, anthem song. Uh, you know, Pete Willis is doing his best Angus Young impression on the guitar solo for sure. Uh, so it's just okay for me. Doing What You Got Till It's Gone is a masterpiece. I don't know if it was Lee or Chris that said that earlier, but I agree 100%. That song's amazing. Live, it was great watching him come down from the ceiling on his white grand piano. Uh, Definitely got to give that one to Cinderella.
All right, Wayne.
High and Dry. I had no idea what that even meant when I was a child. I was like 8 years old or whatever, and but I kept going back to that song because it just sounded. It was just really cool, you know, just the way that it was just very. It sounded like it was unorganized, but then when it got to the chorus, it was just like they finally got, you know, to the good part of the song, and it just took off. And just some of the lyrics in there too are just really cool, and it's just such an awesome song. You know, just one that I always went back to listening to this album. It's my favorite song off this thing, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get to that later. Lee.
This one wasn't even close. I don't know why the Cinderella song is even on this album. It ruins the flow of a rock album. It's someone else pleaded with them to put a ballad on here. High and Dry is much better. Def Leppard wins this round.
As it should win this round, but I'm gonna agree with Wayne, man. Hit and Run is like my favorite Def Leppard song. I that comes on and I just fucking repeat.
You mean High and Dry?
You mean High and Dry?
Oh, I mean High and Dry, yeah. High and Dry, man. Another Saturday night. Just repeat, and Let It Go too, man. Fucking love both those songs. I love You Don't Know what You Got Till It's Gone, but if it comes on, I like skip it because it's the slow ballad and I want to rock when I'm driving. Chris,
And High and Dry sounds like they're actually drunk while they're recording that song.
it does, right?
It fits the theme.
Night, I'm
Yeah.
high. Saturday
I
night.
feel
I'm
like
high.
I feel like High and Dry would have matched up better to Gypsy Road personally. Both kind of,
I agree.
for me, kind of just the single, anthem for the album, and I don't know, neither one of them did a lot for me, but that's just me.
All right, Chris.
I really love both songs, but like I said earlier, I don't know what you got. It's just a masterpiece of a song. I don't know about you fellas, but in my part of the country, and especially the live version of it, the panties would fall at the concert arena
Ooh,
when they performed that song. So, hands down to me, it's Cinderella on this one.
dang. So that got 4-2 on that one. High and Dry wins that, and right now, High and Dry is like kicking ass. It's 15-2. It's like fucking A. This might be one of the worst defeats ever, Jerry.
Sorry.
What else would have went against this? Though?
It sounded good on paper, man. It did. But
What else could have went against High and Dry that would have really gave it a competition?
A Van Halen album, but they have 13
No,
songs.
I don't even think so.
It could have gone with Cruise follow up with Shout the Devil on their second album.
I'd go with Def Leppard on that one too, I think.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
would still go with Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Maybe
The only
with-
band that comes to me that would give High and Dry a run for its money was Taikero's album, Don't Come Easy.
I think that maybe a Warlock album with Doro might be a good matchup.
No, I mean I love Doro. Don't get me wrong, but
Mhm.
Oh my god! How about?
I mean,
how about
one of the
Loke?
best
No, I'm joking.
one of their best songs is "Me and My Wine," and it's not even on this fucking album. That if that was on this album, holy shit! Dude,
Well,
what
it
an
is on
album
the
that would
on the
be.
expanded
The
version.
remake. Yeah,
The
it wasn't on
remake.
the when it came out, but still,
yeah.
man. But
That
Great
that is my second favorite Def Leppard song. I love that fucking Me and My Wine. But so we're on the last
maybe
mile.
done like an Ozzy or a Dio album. I think maybe
Yeah,
there would have
We
been some
did-
competition there.
we did Ozzy versus Dio episode.
yeah,
What was
we did
that?
debuts.
Debuts, yeah.
No, but I mean against this album.
Oh yeah,
High and
maybe.
Dry. Yeah.
So Jerry, the last mile, bringing on the heartbreak.
And I like The Last Mile. I think it's a decent song, but fucking Bringing On the Heartbreak again. Another classic, man. I love playing that song on the guitar. It's got some pretty cool chord changes. I like, during the slow part. And it's a better ballad, I think, than well, Last Mile's not really a ballad, but it's I don't know, what do you call middle of the road ballad? I don't know what the fuck you call it. But anyway, I'll take
It's a
Bringing On the
power
Heartbreak.
ballad.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll take Bring On the Heartbreak. And I wasn't crazy about the remix, the updated version. They
The
did Bring
Mutt
On the
Lang
Heartbreak
version where you added the
with the
keyboards.
keys.
Yeah.
It was still good, but it wasn't. Leave it alone, man. It was fine to where it was. But yeah, I'd go Bring On the Heartbreak, man.
They tried to make it sound like Pyromania, the remix version of that.
Yep.
So what do you think about it, Fabio? What's your vote?
Well, this was a tough one, and here's another one where I didn't like the matchup because, yeah, Last Mile is one of my favorite songs on the album, probably after Falling Apart at the Seams. But Bringing On a Heartbreak, that's my favorite song on High and Dry, probably. It's a great song. I love Steve Clark's solo in that as well. So this one I would have to give to Bringing On the Heartbreak, as much as I hate to have Last Mile lose.
Hey Wayne, Def Leppard's your vote, but why?
I remember seeing that video for that song on MTV. It was on constantly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Constantly. And I just couldn't get enough of that song. And on my cassette, I wore that tape out in that spot of that, the beginning of that song, because I always rewound it and everything, and couldn't get enough of it. Just the way that song starts off again with the guitar. It starts off slow, and then it gets into the chorus and it kicks in, and it's just really heavy, and it's got that like anthemic, like you want to raise your fist towards it kind of thing. It just makes that song so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last few times I saw them live, they were doing it acoustically, and it pissed me
Really?
off, man.
Oh, you can't do that song acoustic. No way.
Well, they would do most of it until the solo, then they'd take it from there and how how it's usually played. But I want to hear
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, you got to
play
hear
with
those
it.
electric guitars. That makes that song.
So Lee,
I've never been a big fan of Bringing on the Heartbreak, so it definitely loses. But not by much, because I have issues with the Cinderella song also. But I like it better than the Def Leppard song, so Cinderella wins this round.
so I guess you see, you can't see, right?
You're taking on the best in me.
You're taking on the best of me, Lee.
Yeah.
I love The Last Mile. I think it's got good rhythm and a good groove, but fucking those dual leads, fucking just down, 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 down. It's like fucking ear candy 101 on those fucking just harmonic fucking guitars that are on that fucking song. And Joe is fucking just tearing it up on his vocals. Like it's gotta go bring it on the heartbreak, man. Chris.
I really like both songs, but I just like the chord changes and bringing on the heartbreak. The nice slow beginning, and then it just rises as the song goes into the power parts of the song. And like I don't know which one of you said when they perform it live today, acoustic. I get frustrated with a lot of bands who do some of these songs acoustically because I want to see it. If you're going to do it acoustically, play it on an acoustic guitar for once. I'm tired of these guitar players using their electrics as acoustics just by pressing a pedal. There's a big difference to me when I play an acoustic guitar over my electric, and it's the same thing. And I hate to bring this up too, but Rush is probably my all time favorite band, and I would always get frustrated watching Alex play Closer to the Heart with his electric when all he has to do is put an acoustic on
I saw him play a
stand and
stand-up.
play it.
I saw him playing a stand-up acoustic with his electric strapped onto him, and then when he went to the electric, he stepped away from the stand-up acoustic.
Right?
Yeah,
I saw that too, but there were times when he would do it on his electric, and it would just frustrate the hell out of me.
I've
I'm like,
never seen. I've
play it
seen him
on the
7
acoustic
times.
guitar, damn it!
Luckily, I've never seen him do that. So I've seen him 7 times. That would fucking suck.
Well,
It's like
for me, I was lucky. I got some of you may know. I saw every Rush tour from 1979 to 2015.
I'm so jealous of
So
you.
I was fortunate to see all those shows and was never disappointed.
Yeah.
But I would give this one to Def Leppard.
Yeah, I'm talking about you're talking about acoustic. When I saw Ariel Speedwagon, Dave Armato had fucking COVID. They went acoustic. I said, "Don't you have a fucking guitar tech to play his parts?" I was so pissed off they went acoustic on me.
Obviously not.
And Kevin Cronin said, "Well, this is the first time we ever played acoustic, and I'm the lucky one who gets to see it. Thanks." I wanted to see you guys rip. But let's get to track 5, which is Second Wind versus Switch 625. Jerry.
Yeah, I would never pick an instrumental over a decent track. I like Second Wind, but man, I love Switch 625, man. I love how it comes out at the end of Bringing on the Heartbreak with that with the bass. And it just soars into a really badass instrumental, man. So, I got to go 5-0 on side 1 with Def Leppard, man. Switch 625.
Nice. What about you, Fabio?
I love 625. It's classic instrumental. It rocks. Love that they've been playing that live lately again. That's cool. But I'm gonna go Second Wind because I mean it's not my favorite song on Cinderella album, but it's a good, solid, heavy blues track. 625 for me. There's a nostalgia factor to it, but it's also like listening to it now. It's a pretty repetitive instrumental. And for one that Steve Clark wrote, I would have expected a little bit more pizzazz from him, and for me, it drags a little bit.
All right,
so Cinderella for me on that one.
So Wayne,
obviously switch 625, but I'm gonna agree with Fabio. It is very repetitive. There's some really cool lead guitar things going on there, but it does get a little bit too much after a while. So thank God it's only 3 minutes long.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 2.5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's good, I guess. Maybe.
But I do like it when they play it now and you see Phil and Vivian just walk up to the front of the stage with those dual leads just going off on it. It's better live. I think it's better live than
Oh
on the
yeah.
album. Yeah.
It is.
I'm sure they add other things in there live too.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard the live version.
Oh yeah, I've seen them do that. Like, so they do that every I've seen them like 3 times in the last 5 years. So
Really?
really good.
It's always kind of fun to see Phil with his camera on his neck, so you can watch his fingering.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lee, what do you pick?
Switch 625 is such a great song.
What did you pick, Wayne? Did you tell us?
Switch 625.
Oh, I'm just making sure.
Okay,
Okay,
you
go
never
ahead.
know where
Lee.
I'm going with all this.
I know where you're going. I just want to make sure.
Yep. Switch 625 is such a great song. I didn't think anything could come close to it. But Second Wind is really good and came close to it. I had a hard time picking which song was better, but I ultimately picked Switch 625, if for no other reason, because it's such a classic instrumental, and I'm a fan of instrumentals. So Def Leppard wins this round but not by much.
Well, I've never seen Cinderella live, but I've seen Def Leppard do this song live. And the live version kind of sways me on this because Second Wind is a fucking kick-ass song.
It is.
Second Wind just keeps me strong. I like the fucking vocals that Tom is doing on that, but it's just sentimental because this is the thing. They use this song to pay tribute to Steve Clark when they play this live. It's their one tribute to him. At least they keep him alive with this fucking instrumental. Like I said, when Vivian and Phil just get up on stage and do those dual leads together and they walk up to the front of their catwalk. Like, and I'm going Switch 2-5 on this, man. Chris.
Yeah, I like both songs really well, but being a guitar player, and yes, the song is repetitive, but Switch 625 to me is hands down wins this one.
All right. So then we get to track 6, Long Cold Winter versus You Got Me Running, Jerry.
You Got Me Running is probably my least favorite song on this album. And Long Cold Winter, man, I know Wayne's not going to appreciate this, is a very epic blues fucking song, in my opinion, man. It's total fucking blues, and I love Tom's voice on this one. So I'm going to give my first victory to Cinderella here with Long Cold Winter.
Shame on you. I'm
Dang.
unfriending you right now, Jerry.
Wayne unfriends me once a day, so you just barely got it there. Fabio, what's your vote, man?
Yeah, definitely Long Cold Winter for me. It's epic blues. This is what kind of, even though Wayne thinks they're a generic version, I think this is what cemented Cinderella as a viable blues rock band. The guitar work from Tom Kiefer on this song is incredible. You Got Me Running. Again, agree with Jerry. It's definitely not one of my faves on the album. It's okay. It actually kind of sounds to me, that chorus sounds like it could be something off of one of Kiss's first couple of records. So, and they definitely did not have their harmonies down yet at this point in their career. But yeah, Cinderella for me on that one.
Wayne, Def Leppard, why?
I will agree. It's probably one of my least favorites on this album as well, but it is still a good, strong sounding song to start off the second half of the album. Again, it's got a very catchy chorus. You can't go wrong with a catchy chorus.
No. Lee.
My only issue with Long Cold Winter is that it's a bit slower than it needs to be. But I do like the melody and the song. And even though I don't dislike You Got Me Running, I like the Cinderella song more. So Cinderella wins this round.
All right. I'm going to agree with Jerry and Fabio and Lee. Long Cold Winter's just a fucking bluesy jam, man. I fucking love it. You Got Me Running is a fun chorus. You don't get me wrong. That song, I'm not turning that song off like I would. You Don't Know What It's Got Till It's Gone. I'll skip that a lot, but I won't skip this song. This song fucking rules. Chris.
Yeah, I would definitely have to go with Long Cold Winter. It's just You Got Me Running. The Def Leppard song just doesn't do it for me. So yeah, I would give this one to Cinderella.
Oh shit. That's the first round at Cinderella won, going up to 6 tracks so far, man.
Wayne's gonna pick a Cinderella song here and throw us off. You know it's coming.
Hell no.
Wayne is one of the most honest people I know.
No, sorry, can't
Yeah.
do it. Can't when it comes to Def Leppard and these first few albums, I cannot pick anything else unless it's gonna be like Halloween or maybe
They
Iron
did a
Maiden.
whole series on Rat Salad Review on Def Leppard albums, so you guys should check that out. It's a really cool series. I listened to all of them.
Yeah, we did.
So I know your opinion on X really good. I should have hit that shit. Oh god, that's like my Backstreet Boys right there.
I know.
All right, then we get to If You Don't Like It versus Lady Strange, Jerry.
Again, another unfortunate matchup because I do really like If You Don't Like It. That's a great fucking tune. But man, Lady Strange, man, another killer song off this album, dude. But now we're picking it back up again. So yeah, this is an easy one for me, Lady Strange. But man, I do really like If You Don't Like It.
Fabio.
This was a tough one. This was one of my push ones. This is the only song on Cinderella's album that gets a co-write from Eric Brittenham, because the rest of the album's all Tom Kiefer. So, but yeah, both great songs. Lady Strange has that, that good classic, like I talked about earlier, that minor 80s Def Leppard sound. But in a quick push, and I know I'm getting killed here tonight, but I'm going to give this one to Cinderella.
All right. Def Leppard, Wayne.
Cinderella was right. I don't like it. And I'm gonna go with Def Leppard with Lady Strange. And it starts off again awesome with those guitars, that's awesome. And I love the guitars in the chorus because it goes almost like what's that Bengals song?
Walk Like a Gypsy.
No, not Bengals. It doesn't matter. But it reminds me of something else from the 80s. But it's just a very cool song.
Hazy Shade of Winter.
Hazy Shade of Winter.
Thank
That's I couldn't figure it out. But yeah,
that was the Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that version better than Simon and Garfunkel, but I like Simon and Garfunkel too. So
yeah.
But Lee, who do you pick?
Lady Strange is a good song, but I really like If You Don't Like It a lot more. So
wow.
Cinderella runs this round by a lot.
Dude, that riff. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun,
right?
Dun-dun-dun. Fucking, and then those dual leads. Wow, 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 wow.
This whole album is full of air guitar.
It's like fucking.
Yeah.
I like If You Don't Like It, but fucking Def Leppard song is far superior to me. So Lady Strange and Lady Strange earworm chorus. I love you. It's like, goddamn.
You think Cinderella's not an earworm chorus?
Not as much as Def Leppard.
You don't like it.
Yeah,
you don't like it. I don't care.
But if I think about both those songs, Lady Strange will eventually take over and I'll forget about the other one. That's what happens, man. It's like, yeah, I fucking go Lady Strange. Chris.
Yeah, this is another tough one for me. I really do like both songs, but again, Lady Strange, I have to agree with you, Mark. As the song goes on, it just gets better to me. So, yeah, Def Leppard's got my vote on this one.
Yeah, well, there's no way Cinderella's gonna come back from this fucking bashing. So we'll just keep going so people know what you guys like now. But Coming Home versus On Through the Night, Jerry.
Yeah, the Def Leppard pulled a Led Zeppelin here by putting a song on their next album that was their title of their first album here. All right, I'm gonna say something here. It's probably gonna make Wayne want to leave the show after I say this.
Get my finger on the button. Again. Hold on. Let me get my finger ready to go. Okay, go ahead.
Coming home would beat any song off High and Dry.
All right. Good night, Jerry. Wow. See you later, everybody. Thanks for having me on, Mark.
Coming home is one of my favorite songs of all time. I just love the acoustics in it and the flow of it. And Jeff LaBar's leads in it are pretty freaking cool. I just love it, man. So, yeah, this is Barry's On Through the Night. And like I said, it would beat any song off High and Dry. I know. I feel
thought we were-
shame.
You know, Jerry, you need to send me the drugs you're taking. Spoiler alert. But Fabio, what do you
But
pick?
we were friends, Jerry. I thought we were friends.
This was a tough one for me. I like On Through the Night a lot, and actually, you can kind of hear Mutt Lange's influence here, like when he was finally starting to push Joe into screaming out those high vocals and stuff on this song, and I really do like this song. But yeah, Coming Home is another big anthem of Cinderella's that I love, and it's a acoustic anthem, if that's the possible ballad anthem. But it's great. It kind of is a sign of their style change, their bridge between Night Songs and Heartbreak Station that was to come after this. Great song. I'm going to give this one to Coming Home, Cinderella.
So Wayne,
Yeah,
on through-
it don't even bother me that it drags on with them. I'm coming home. I'm on my way. I mean, I just love it all the way through, dude. It's just
Can you sing
fucking
a little bit more of that,
amazing tune.
Jerry?
Nah, you don't want to hear me sing right now. Usually I do, but Fabio's taking over tonight, so he's gonna be.
I've been singing the whole show, and I got some more songs coming.
Actually, with my voice right now, I could probably sound like Tom Kiefer, so maybe I should try it. Nah, that's all right.
Okay, well, you sound like more like Gollum. Okay, you know, you're looking for your precious,
My precious.
precious. All right, Wayne.
I actually did a cover of the song On Through the Night, so I'm going with On Through the Night. Another great song. It's very metal, and I wish that Rick Allen, played more double bass stuff, because in my cover song that I did, I added some double bass in there, and it sounds really cool. I think I could have used that in this, but awesome song. I wish they would have done it on the first album. That always confused me too. It's like, why would you have a song called On Through the Night on your second album and not on the first one? But with the way the first album sounded, I think it's better off that they did it on on High and
But
Dry.
a lot of bands did that. They had like a song on the next album that was the title song on the album before that. It was
Houses
weird.
of the Holy. Yeah.
Houses of the Holy on Physical Graffiti.
Yeah. It's like they forgot. Like, oh shit, we were supposed to put that on the first album. Let's put this on the next one.
Well, they wanted to put the crunge on there. That's why that fucking song sucks. Oh, he's
But
got
On Through the Night all the way. It's a great song.
Yeah.
So then we get to you, Lee.
I like On Through the Night a bit better than Coming Home. So Def Leppard wins this round.
All right. I love Coming Home. I went for a while. That's a road I was meant to stay. I'm coming home, but fucking on through the night. You can't stop me anyhow. Like the fucking riffage on that shit. God, I love that Cinderella
Oh
song.
no, I'm not saying it's not a bad song. I'm just saying I like Coming Home that much better. So.
I'm going for the fucking banger head shit on this one. Like, and I'll take
every bad boy has a soft side, man.
I always take a fucking, even though I like the ballads, I always take a hard rocker over a ballad head to head. That's it. So, Chris.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with what Fabio said. It's Coming Home for me. It's a great song. Nothing against Def Leppard, but I don't know. This one was a little harder for me, but I would stick with Cinderella on this one.
All right, that's the first tie on here. 3-3 on that one. And then we get to Fire and Ice versus Mirror Mirror, Jerry. I know what you're gonna pick. Hopefully.
Not even close. Mirror, mirror, look into my eyes all the way, dude. I mean, I like Fire and Ice is an okay song. It's not a great song, but fucking Mirror, mirror is one of the best songs on the album, in my opinion, dude. So yeah, this is a no doubter. Mirror, mirror.
All right, Fabio.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not in the most talkative mood tonight. I'm sorry.
It's cool.
Well, so I thought that the pair when you told me about this matchup, it was odd to me with the 7-year gap between the two, because there's a vast difference in style of rock and then production between the two. But when it came to this track, like, it's funny, Mirror Mirror and Fire and Ice, they sound like they could have each been on each other's album performed by the other band. They really matched up well. They're both great songs. I probably give the edge to Def Leppard here with Mirror Mirror. It's a great song. Yeah, this one is just both kind of timeless rock songs.
Wayne, of course you're picking Def Leppard, but why?
Look into my eyes, Mark. What do you think I'm gonna pick? All right, just look into my eyes. Tell me what you see.
Oh, I see
All
you
right.
picking Def Leppard.
But another great song, and I love how they do it in the chorus where they're kind of like they're all saying that look into my eyes and this mirror mirror and just a great song. It's awesome.
Yeah, those Lee,
And
go
that
ahead.
like Middle Eastern European type thing guitar solo too. That sounds pretty cool, you know. And then the other guitar solo, the music kind of stops and the solo's still going on. So I love it. Great song.
So Lee.
Mirror Mirror is all right, but Fire and Ice is a far better song. So
Oh.
Cinderella wins this round by a whole lot.
Dang, I thought this was going to be 6-0. Because I'm picking Mirror Mirror because I looked in Wayne's eyes and he mesmerized me. So I had to pick Mirror Mirror there. You know, he told me what to say. So there you go. Mirror Mirror. So Chris.
This is an easy one for me. It's definitely Def Leppard, Mirror Mirror.
That was 5-1, Mirror Mirror. God dang, this is like a fucking destroyed album, Jerry.
Yeah, it looked better on paper, you know. But you have to play the game, man.
Like,
So
it's
unfortunately,
like
sometimes
Def Leppard 37-16. It's like
is it
even-
really
even
that
the-
bad? Fuck.
Even
that
you can
bad.
tell by the album covers too. I mean,
And what?
Look at-
12 of those are mine, and we haven't even gotten to song 10 yet.
Yeah.
you got a boring, ugly white album, or
Classic.
the
Well,
other guy.
it looks like a winter album.
Yeah.
Classic.
Or the other guy, you know, diving into a empty
You got
pool.
some dude in a Speedo.
Plus the back cover, plus all these weird faces
We get
around
you
there.
know a before suicide picture on that album cover, and you know just a white album.
Well, the White Album by the Beatles rules though beats both of those. It's just-
No, but it will beat the Cinderella one. Yes.
of course it beat the Cinderella. But so then we get to the last track, which is Take Me Back versus Jerry.
I mean, no, it's okay. It's not not my favorite tune on the album. I like Take Me Back. They're both not great tunes, but I have to Take Me Back. There's a little bit of better closer than No. I don't know, dude. When bands write a song called No, it just doesn't work for me for some reason. I don't know why that is. I mean, Kiss. I mean, who else has had a shitty song named No? It just
Hey, Kiss's version is good.
You
No,
don't
I
like
hate
Ringo
that.
Starr's the No song?
be honest with you, I don't fucking know.
No, I don't smoke no more. I'm tired of waking up on
Yeah,
the floor.
I'm as
No
much
idea.
interested in Ringo's solo career as I am Yoko.
That is
so.
a great song, though.
Well, I mean, maybe I don't know, but my ass will never know because I ain't gonna listen to it.
He's talking about no thank you, please. It only makes me sneeze. He's talking about cocaine and shit. You know, come
But
on.
yeah, I'm gonna give the since I'm kind of feeling bad for Cinderella, I'm gonna pick Take Me Back.
All right, Fabio.
No by Kiss would beat a lot of songs on both of these albums.
Oh,
Oh, all
Just
right. Now
gonna
I'm
say.
really leaving. I'm out of here. This
because
pissed me off now.
Crazy Nights rules, and No is no exception.
I love
Oh,
Crazy
but-
Nights.
I like Crazy Nights too.
But back on track.
Thank you.
No by Def Leppard. Yeah, it's pretty generic. It's probably my favorite Pete Willis solo on the album. He rips it up pretty good. I generally prefer Steve's solos, but overall, kind of a generic song. Take Me Back. That's a good album closer. I'd definitely take Cinderella here. This was probably the easiest one pick for me.
Wayne, Def Leppard. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no because just I don't like Cinderella, but it's not one of my favorite songs on this album. I don't think it's a great ending album song. Are we doing the bonus track on this?
What's the bonus track?
Me and My Wine.
Yeah, do that. Against what?
That's why I
There's no-
said there isn't nothing
There
on
isn't a
the
bonus, but
Cinderella,
you
right?
could talk about
Yeah.
Me and My Wine. That'd be
fucking
cool.
great song.
It's a great
Oh, yeah.
song. It's
Yeah.
it's up there with the High and Dry song. It's like kind of like
Yeah.
part two, you know.
Remember that was another video that was everywhere. I used to fucking love watching it all the time.
Yeah.
Great fucking song.
I wish they would have just ended the album on that. You know, maybe
You
No
remember-
right?
could have been like a B-side or something.
You
and it
remember
ended
the
with
two
Me and My Wine.
videos for Pour Some Sugar on Me, the English one where they're in this house with the wrecking ball?
Right.
And then
No,
the
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, they had a go look it up. It was on. I had the video, Def Leppard
Yep.
the videos, and it had a bonus video with Love Bites, which I do love that song. I love Love Bites. But no, they had two videos for Pour Some Sugar on Me, an English version where they were in a house playing and there's a wrecking ball hitting the house. And then the one that we saw here in the United States was the one on stage and
On the
around.
stage, yeah.
That was a fucking. I saw that tour, dude. Fucking.
Yeah,
I didn't
me
know.
too.
I didn't know there was 2 different versions of that. I knew there
I
was
didn't
2
either.
different versions for Bring On the Heartbreak.
I'll
I know
send
there's
you.
2
I'll
different
send you
videos.
guys the second version of Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That
because,
was actually a fun show because Tesla opened up, man. They were awesome.
Oh, wait,
Yep.
yeah, because Bring On the Heartbreak's got the video. I think they're on stage on one of them, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And on the other one, they're
Yeah.
like in the woods or something, right?
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Joe's got the brown perm in the first one, yeah. And then he's
Yeah.
got the normal hair that he has now, pretty much, on the
All
second.
right, Lee, take me back. No.
Okay, first I want to say really quickly, I don't care for Me and My Wine at all. And Pour Some Sugar on Me is not that great. Okay.
Fair enough.
now-
Fair enough. I'll let you get away with that one. I don't like that song either, so good.
All right. Take Me Back is not a totally bad tune, but it's nowhere near as good as No. So Def Leppard wins this round by an extreme amount.
Oh wow, Extreme. I love Extreme. All right. So man, I'm gonna go to freaking Cinderella on this one, man. I like Take Me Back. The only thing cool about No is when you had the original vinyl, when it stopped, it just keep going no.
Yeah, Vinnie Vincent did that too on his fucking album too. It was annoying as hell, man.
So I'm picking Cinderella, although I do love No. It's fucking cool song. But Chris.
Yeah, these are 2 of my least favorite songs on the albums. If I could vote no on both, I probably would, but I guess since I have to make a choice, I would take Cinderella on this one.
That sounds more of a sympathy vote, huh? Because this album did so poorly, I think.
So Cinderella won this round here, man.
Woohoo!
Damn. It's like
But that's not what
4
counts. That's not
4
what
to
counts.
2 on this one. So
Could
4
you
to
imagine if you
2.
put that? Could you imagine if you put that album up against Hysteria?
Oh shit.
Well, Hysteria
So-
wouldn't have a chance.
Yeah.
So Def Leppard High and Dry won by 19 points.
Wow.
39 to 20.
What a shocker.
What a shocker, man.
Wow.
So that was our show, man. But we have our final thoughts, Jerry.
I actually think that was closer than I expected. I thought I was going to get killed worse than I did.
I do too.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, it looked better on paper than actually what it turned out to be. I didn't take in consideration the time period as well either, so maybe that factored in. But yeah, I was surprised too that because I think these are 2 of the most solid albums, second albums of the '80s in my opinion. So kind of shocked about how much High and Dry blew it away. Well, I'm not really shocked by it, but it's still a surprise kind of in a way. But yeah, this is actually kind of fun to do it, man. Thank you guys for being on, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
I
Sorry, I
thought
listened to Cinderella, but thanks.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I thought that it would be more like an 80-20 win, and instead it was like a 60-40 for me. So I liked the Cinderella album better than I thought I would.
All right. So any final thoughts, Jerry?
I just pretty much said them all, man. Thank you guys
Alright.
for being on, man. This was a lot of fun,
All right. Chris, any final
Yeah,
thoughts?
I appreciate being on tonight. But when I looked at this before we did this tonight, I just knew Def Leppard was going to win this. It's just a much better album all the way around. But it was fun hearing everybody's commentary on the songs and everything. So I really appreciate the time of letting me be involved in this again tonight.
No problem,
problem.
man. We like you. We like you guys all in Freeform. I need to get Wayne on Freeform. He hasn't been on there yet.
I haven't been on it yet. I haven't been
No.
asked.
You gotta. Well, shit, dude. We'll get you on there, man. Right, Jerry?
Alright.
You pick an album
Absolutely.
for Wayne.
Of
You pick
course,
an album.
man.
He picked these 2. How good are you gonna?
Yeah,
I hope you're
we-
doing
we
something
need to-
better.
Well, Jerry's
Yeah.
the metal dude, so he'll pick the album you might like.
Yeah.
So
I do have Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 2 coming up. You mentioned Halloween earlier. Maybe
Yeah.
that'd be a good
Hell
one.
yeah.
I know Mike Tyler wants to be on that one again, so
yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
So any final thoughts, Lee?
Oh, I was just going to say I was happy that it was the way it was. I mean, there were a couple of songs I thought, oh, why are people voting for that? But overall, though, I was still okay with it because I was surprised at how it was better than I was worried, but I I ended up not having to be worried because people had sense and they had judgment. So it was all good.
All right, Fabio, any
Yeah,
final
yeah,
thoughts?
I'm kind of one more thing. I'm sorry. I'm kind of glad that you guys weren't in the same room with me when I mentioned that coming home comment. So I probably would have been chased out of the room by you guys, but oh well, it is what it is.
Any final thoughts, Fabio?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was fun. I always love listening to both these albums, and like I said, the time gap I think kind of plays a role.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's interesting because you'd never, because Mutt Lange is amazing, and he made that Def Leppard album sound better than anything else pretty much that came out of 1981. But when you go 7 years forward with Andy Johns doing Long Cold Winter, I mean, the production on Long Cold Winter it's far superior just because of the time and everything. But which is hard to believe with going against Mutt Lange. And again, I had a lot of nostalgia just because that's more my era as far as when I started coming into everything. But it was fun. I enjoyed talking about them both, and hope to do some more with you guys.
Yeah, we'll get you on there. Mooger's planning stuff with you guys. I don't know what it is yet, and I'll plan stuff with you guys
Oh,
too.
me either.
I'll ask you guys. But Wayne, pimp your shit and give your final thoughts.
Final thoughts is I'm glad I actually listened to a Cinderella album from start to finish, because I've always heard the stuff on the radio and I kind of never liked it. So I was hoping to find something that I really enjoyed on there, but unfortunately I didn't. I just don't like that guy's vocals at all. And even though I love Aerosmith, but like I said, they just seem like a clone to Aerosmith to me. So, but Def Leppard being that first band that I really got into a lot, I couldn't let them not win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can find me at ratsaladreview.com or youtube.com/ratsaladreview. My band Severed Angel at severedangel.bandcamp.com or severedangel.com. We have a new album coming out May 3rd called Skyward. The first single is out now called Tyrant on the Throne. That's on YouTube. You can watch the video. It's a very cool video. It's an animated video. People get their heads cut off, and I have crossbows I shoot at people. It's very fun. I also have another band, Project Resurrect. You can find that at projectresurrect.bandcamp.com. And also have another band, a third band called Absalom. We just released our third CD called The Blood Seed. So you can find that at roxrecords.com. And it's also on streaming. Everything I do is on streaming and on YouTube.
Hey, you can also find you on Almost Human.
And Almost Human Live too.
too.
Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Yeah.
Make sure and check that out. It's a good show. Dr. Fuck, you guys know your shit. I watch it. It's fucking cool shit, man.
I just hang around.
You just say you run that show. You're telling Dr. Fuck all the comments, man.
Yeah. Well, he can't read. He's got I don't want to go too deep into it.
No, it's cool, man. I wish him well, man. I wish the guy well. But man, just make sure and like, share, and subscribe. Give us thumbs ups. Give us some comments on these videos. We want to know what you guys think. Give us suggestions of episodes you want. Next week we have let me see, I had it up here and then I dropped it off. Chris Elio, we're doing a show. It's 11 songs that you would want to perform on stage if you had the ability to do so. It could be 11 different styles, instruments, or all the same. Like you could fancy yourself as Prince, or you could hear different things, Like I asked him, can we do a variety? Like I said, well, I'm going to play this Prince song. I'm going to play this Duran Duran. I'm going to play this Black Sabbath song. He said, yeah, do 11 different bands that you think if you could play, you'd like to play. So I think that's pretty cool. So all 11 will be Rush, and I'd like to play Neil Peart. So there's my answer right now. So just joking.
Wow.
I'll mix it up. I'll mix it up because
that's an interesting topic. That's the first I've heard of it. So it's going to be.
I sent it to you. You've been sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a guest pick because every third episode we have a guest pick on BS. So Favio and Chris, I will be getting to use for guest picks soon. And you, Wayne, if you're free on Thursdays. If you're not, just let me know when you are. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Thank you guys. God bless, and rock on, man. Check and make sure you subscribe. Hit that
And
freaking bell. Ding, ding, ding. All right. Later, guys.